Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Elite Zone. This is a podcast just to remind you all for real estate agents that want to market better, close more deals, increase the efficiency in their branding, their marketing, their systems, learn everything about AI, and just be an all around better agent. So that's what we're doing here. Blake, how are you this morning?
I am doing good. We were kind of feeling a little sick this week. I think there's a head cold going around. So we're getting there. So the sun's shining. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Yeah, the sun is good. You know, where we live, it stays sunny pretty often. So
Right.
that's always a bonus. I'm glad that you're feeling better. I know you were a little under the weather, but that's good. And I'm excited because we're going to talk about something really, really important today. Talking about the power of automated follow up. So
Yes.
this is going to be, this is the biggest silent killer and real estate agents in their pipelines is slow or absent follow up, right? If you're doing all of the back end work to get people to engage with you, and then once they do, you don't, you're not prompt, you don't give them a good experience, then that's kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So I want to make sure that listeners, for you guys today, that you walk away with learning about some automations that every agent needs, and that you understand this mindset shift that Blake and I talk about not working harder but building smarter. So yeah, I mean, let's get into it. Manual follow up, it's costing you guys deals. You finish a showing, you head home, your phone's buzzing, and somewhere in the pipeline, a lead just visited a page, and they've been on there 3 times now. They don't hear anything back. The trap, it's not laziness, it's not a system problem. It's just that agents are waiting for the right moment, I think, to reach out. And by the time they circle back, hey, that lead already has called somebody else who is quicker.
Hmm.
So the solution for that, what is it? How do we fix that problem?
Yeah. I mean, like we've been saying, right? Setting up those automations for the immediate follow-up. I think a lot of times we feel that yes, we want to have us like doing manually following it up. However, sometimes that can cost you that deal or it can cost you that lead because you might be in a open house. You might be in a listing presentation. You
Mm,
might be meeting with your clients. You might be at a networking event, right? So you're busy. And the moment that lead comes in, if we're only relying on that manual follow up and you can't get in contact or respond to that lead within, I would even say 5 minutes, right? Um, then you're losing out on opportunity because that lead is showing engagement, meaning they want something reciprocated pretty immediately, right?
right.
And I think that's where leveraging the automations to have that immediate response when someone comes to your website or someone requests a tour of a property that they see on your website is going to help with that process. Now, I know there is, the notion, and we've talked about where, sometimes people feel that it can look lazy or it can
Mhm.
feel not genuine.
Yeah.
And we hear you, but the statistics don't actually read that, right? And one really awesome thing, I know Agent Elite, our system like allows you to personalize those automated messages. So it doesn't have to feel so robotic. It
Mm,
You're allowed to put your personality into it. Um it was a couple of episodes we actually were talking about how I was saying I signed up for a masterclass and the host created an automation set up where they specifically said, "Hey, this is, Ellen's AI bot,
yep.
Betty." So you can leverage it to where you are being authentic, you are being transparent. If you want, name your automation for that first message or, say, "Hey, I will get to you within the next, few hours." but want to at least know I see you, that you are here. I see your request and I can't wait to get in touch. That's going to help you kind of stay ahead with that lead because you know they're there. And I think that's the biggest thing of capitalization for the automations and not having it so manual.
Yeah, 100% agree. And it's not, yeah, exactly like you said, it's not, the automation isn't replacing you as an agent. It's giving you a full-time assistant who never
Mm,
sleeps. And
yeah.
by the way, to your point, I've seen brands, that come out and say, "Hey, this is my AI agent." And like there's one, I think one business I know is Resilient Roofing, and it's a buddy of mine, and he uses an AI assistant, and I think its name is like Resi or something,
Yeah.
you
Have
know what I
fun with
mean? So
have
yeah,
fun with
have
the
fun with
name.
it. Have
Make it
fun
part
with
of
it.
your brand. Make it part of your
Exactly.
brand.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree, and the thing is that you have to remember all the things as an agent that you don't like about AI and its limitations right now are
Mhm.
it's rapidly changing.
Yeah.
Rapidly grow I mean, in a couple years, it's gonna be so good that, it's not necessarily if you don't wanna be open that it's an AI, like, there's gonna be no way they would know, which is kinda scary, I'll admit, but, look, I mean, it's if you're not taking advantage of it, you're gonna lose to somebody that is. I think that's like the
Yes.
main thing,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think,
Yep.
like, people in general, but for sure agents, like, leveraging the tools you have access to, be open-minded. I am a firm believer that, change is uncomfortable, but the more you can be comfortable being uncomfortable, you're gonna have more success.
Yep. Yep. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the cost of your manual follow-up system. It's the silence. I think that's the real danger, right? Like no agent wants to talk to an angry client. That sucks. But hey, the real threat, I think, is the silent client, right?
Yeah.
If a
Mhm.
lead goes quiet, most agents are thinking, maybe they're just not ready. But in reality, they've often moved on, right? They're
Yeah.
touring homes with another agent, and they're not going to tell you necessarily, "Hey, I found somebody else because they were quicker, faster. They felt like they knew me better." Their reviews were. Look, I really appreciate that my brother recommended you, but I found this other agent. The reviews are just great. Everything online, just you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
that's
One
there. The silence is the loss,
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yes, that would be awesome if every, potential client could give you feedback of why they didn't choose you. I think that maybe that could be, a survey you send out.
for
Um,
sure.
but no, it is true, and, like I've been saying, I'm currently in the process of, finding a property myself, and there have been agents I've reached out to because they are maybe the listing agent, and I'm curious about the property, or I am like, "Hey, you know what? Why not reach out to this person?" Like, they actually do have good reviews, I see activity on their website, but I've gotten no response, or the response is like a week later. Well, in
Yep,
that week, I'm not just reaching out, and a lot of clients, this is what they're doing is they're not, especially if they don't have someone or they're kind of looking for like that perfect fit, they don't reach out to one or two agents at a time. They're probably reaching out for sure at least 5,
right.
and who knows more, to
Bigger
see
pool of
again.
competitors for you. Yep.
Exactly, of like, "Hey, there's multiple options, there's multiple, experts and specialists of a
Mhm.
specific area, and that focus on, luxury, condo, VA, whatever that is, to where if you don't have that automation set up, I'm going to the person that's reaching back out to me immediately, especially because these are big decisions people are making, and when they see efficiency, when they see the immediate connectivity, you're more likely to then be able to have that next conversation where you can kind of tell them, "Hey, let's see if we are a good fit," right? I think that's like the next level of like, just getting the opportunity to have the conversation to kind of explain who you are, what you do, and how you're gonna help them to see, like, is this a good fit for both of us,
Right.
right? So,
Yep.
yeah, I
I
think it
100% agree.
yeah.
Yep. Also, I was thinking about this too. There's a timing gap, right? Like I know I don't have the exact numbers, but there's studies that have been done that show, response time is one of the highest predictors of conversion in real estate. And if you think about it, like if I'm searching, looking at listings, right?
Mhm.
I'm on a website, I'm looking at listings. Right now, I am in a research and possibly, a decision making mindset. I'm actively engaged in looking for a house, right?
Yeah,
So if I am searching on there and I fill out a form at 9:47 p.m., and that's when I make my decisions. Hey, man, if at 10 o'clock p.m. I get an email saying, hey, just saw you were checking out this listing. I know it's late, but click here. I'd love to talk to you. You know, if they're going to make a decision if they're actively looking at it. Now, on the flip side, if they're on, at 9:47 p.m. and they're looking at listings, and then the next day it's in the morning and they're juggling their kids, getting dressed, getting ready, getting out the door, they're irritated, they're getting on with their day, and then they get an email from you, or even a couple of days later, they may have moved on. They may have been like, I don't have time for this. This took 2 days to get back to me. So, like the frame of mind they're in, it's like right now.
yeah,
Imagine that they walked into your store. Picture that you have a brick and mortar store. And when
yeah,
somebody's on your website and they're looking, that's your opportunity right then to
yeah,
try to connect with them as soon as possible because
yeah,
they're engaged in it. So that's
mhm,
another reason why, closes the gap between the lead's interest spike and your response.
yes,
So that from
yeah,
hours to seconds with the tools we
yeah.
have, right?
Yeah, 100%, and I think it hits on exactly what we're saying of, like, someone could be searching at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night because maybe that's what their schedule allows them,
Yep.
right? There's people that do work all night long, overnight shifts, night shifts, and that's the time they're looking, and maybe you as an agent, those aren't your hours necessarily, you might be sleeping, but you have something set up to still work with people that might not have the same schedule as you, you know?
100%. And if you
Yeah.
think about it, like why is Amazon so successful?
Yeah.
It's because they pay attention to every detail.
Mhm.
They cater to their customer's schedule. Like you can go on there anytime and
Yeah.
order something. Sometimes it's like it'll be there by 3 p.m. today. You're like,
Yeah.
wow.
Or
You,
best are like, "Do you want it to come at 4 AM to 6 AM?" I'm like, "I'm sleeping, but yes, I will
yeah,
do that. So when I wake up, I will
yeah.
have it when I'm there."
Exactly, exactly, right? And then they take that data, they know what you're getting, and they say, "Hey, you may also like this product, and this product."
Yeah.
And then when you leave, they're retargeting you, right?
Yes.
"Hey,
Yep.
last month you bought this tennis racket. Check it out. The new one is out now." So
Yeah.
think about your real estate website as Amazon. What you're
Yeah.
doing is you're catering to people that show interest. You're learning about what they want, where they want to buy, if they want to sell, whatever they want, right? Whoever they
Yeah.
are, whatever they want, you're learning. And then you're delivering and connecting value on their schedule,
Yep.
right? Because we live in
Absolutely.
an instant economy.
Yeah.
So that's the pace that we're moving here. And if you agents out there, if you guys don't get on board with this stuff in the next few years, it's going to be hard to compete with everybody who's been dialing these systems in for, the past 2, 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, exactly. And kinda going off of that, just like I said, experiencing it myself, we went to a few open houses and we did have a few agents, send a text later that night just being like, "Hey, it was nice meeting you and connecting." Like, so there's that follow-up from, meeting them that day.
Mhm.
And I think and then it stopped there, and I think that's where, like, room for opportunity of, like, "Hey, we came to a, home that's a 2 bed, 2 bath. That's a perfect opportunity to now set me up in your CRM for saved searches, property
Exactly.
organizer to say, 'Hey, I know, you're looking for 2 bed, 2 bath. I'm just gonna set you up for a safe search so that way you can get listing alerts for those kind of properties in the areas we discuss. And if there's anything that pops up, like, let me know. And
Yeah.
that's where
Convenience.
and that's another step, right? Of like, hey, they had that first step down of the follow-up right after, which I really appreciated. And then but then that was it, right? Like, if we didn't respond right away or if we were like, "Hey, we're still kind of, feeling it out,"
Yep.
make that additional automation and effort to say, "I'm gonna put you in a safe search." Because what that does is now they're getting listing alerts through your website, so you're getting that traffic, you're getting that data,
Yeah.
and the biggest point to it all is you're staying top of mind. So now every time they're like, "Oh my god, I just wait, hey, there's another open house," or, "Hey, there's this new property on
Yep.
the market. This came from Max. Let's
Mhm.
call Max right now and say, 'Hey, we wanna look at this property. Can you help
Totally.
us?'"
Yep.
And I think that's another level to the automation. And yes, it's that immediate, "Hey, I see you looking. Hey, I know you're here." And now it's, "Hey, I know what you're looking for. Let me make sure I'm sending you properties that align with that as well."
Yep. Exactly. So Blake just took you through, like an example of a new lead or save search automation. But look, you can dial in like a showing follow-up,
Yep.
so after a showing, you might mean to follow up, but hey, life gets in the way. The window closes. So what you can do with the agent elite system is you can automatically send a feedback request. I mean, it could be anything. But this is just relationship building, right?
Yeah.
Because hey, look, if they do go to a different agent and they're like, this guy keeps sending me good value, and this agent that I thought was going to be great because their reviews were great, didn't they got back to me in 4 minutes, not two. So
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like you never know. You just don't
Yeah.
know. And then, what else? You can do re-engagement triggers for dead leads.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's engaging and then they drop off, it doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to choose you. It just means, that maybe they're looking at other agents, but maybe not. Like, so
Yeah.
re-engage them,
Yeah. I think that's like the huge asset we definitely use with our agents that partner with Agent Elite is helping them to reengage because you'd be surprised there are lists and lists and lists of these, in quote, cold or dead leads
Yep.
that we've had a lot of success, our agents, where they do reengage. And let's say it's a list of 50, cold leads, we'll say. And at least two people are like, "Hey, actually, yeah, it's been a few years and we're ready to invest in a new property." Or, "Hey, we're actually like looking to retire
Yeah.
and we want to sell our property and relocate." And just by re-engaging and, like, just saying, "Hi, it's been a while, hope all is well. Here's some, market updates." It's kind of gotten some of the, people that were sleeping awake, And, especially to we have a lot of our clients when they first sign up with us do re-engagement campaigns to say, "Hey, I have a new branded website,
Yep.
a new system. Here's how it works. Here's all the resources you have
You
access
get,
to."
yes.
Because it's also about the clients, right? Of like, "Hey, you get to control, use my website that
Mhm.
I'm providing to you to help you get knowledge, see what's
Yeah.
out there, get the market updates." And then once again, that opens up a whole nother can of worms for that opportunity of that conversation.
For sure, and like that's the great point I didn't even think about. But if you if let's say an agent reaches out to you with an email and you go to their website and it looks like it's from 1997. There's no value on there, no neighborhood pages. They don't have a blog. It's just pictures of them and an about and schedule a consultation or contact me here.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like you don't have a chat bot, like you don't even use AI, dude. Like not to be judgmental, maybe you're a great agent, but the experience of trying to work with you is not accommodating to my time and schedule, right?
Yeah.
So you want somebody sharp on the ball that's able to like, hey, I got to get information to this person as fast as I can. What I do for my business reflects how I'm going to advocate for you as your fiduciary. right?
Yeah.
So I think that's another huge thing. And look, hey man, if you're one of the people, one of the agents out there, it's like, oh, I just go on referrals. Referrals are great. Cool. Guess what you can do with the system? A post-close referral ask.
Yeah.
Automate that, man. Agents that get emotionally exhausted after the closing, they forget to ask for how many times do you hear, I know I need to ask for reviews, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm bothering them or I didn't do it right after closing and I think it's too late now. Okay, cool. Automate it.
Yeah.
Automate it. You can automate it so this fires for you every time. And it's
Yeah.
not begging for business. It's like you said, staying top of mind. So you're the first person they think of when somebody says to them, hey, I want to sell my house. Hey,
Yeah.
I want to buy. Check it out. I just went to this dude's website. He knew what I wanted, when I wanted it, where I was looking. He set me up with safe searches, he or she, and
Yeah.
I had a great experience with them. So
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to sell you.
100%. And I mean, we can go back. This has been in place for probably years with receipt. How many times you go to a grocery store or the post office and they're like, hey, at the bottom of this receipt, you can fill out a survey of your experience today to win X, Y, and Z, right? And so like you can make it fun like that as well. Of like, hey, I'm so glad we got to work together. If you have time, please, I ask that you leave me a review on Google, Facebook, Trustpilot, Yelp,
Yep.
whatever platform, you want to use
Yep.
and make it fun. Like make it to where it's like, hey, if obviously maybe not necessarily bribing them, but saying, hey, I appreciate you taking the time, here's a gift card to get a free coffee, whatever,
Absolutely. Yeah.
like you
Look,
don't.
everybody loves something free, okay? Everybody loves something free, and, I've seen agents do this very, very successfully. Nobody is ever gonna be like, "Oh, you're just trying to scam, bribe me." Well, like, if you're a pardon my language, if you're a shitty agent and you try to bribe somebody, maybe that will,
Rub
not
someone
be
the wrong
good.
way.
Sure, but look, if
Yeah,
you're a good agent, you're doing a good job, and you ask somebody for a review, and you say, "Hey, I really appreciate it. Look, I'm running a contest right now to see how many reviews I can get with all my clients, making it fun. There's $100 gift card to, this great new restaurant." And
yeah,
then you talk to that restaurant as an agent. You say, "Hey, I'm going to give away one of your guys' gift cards. I'm sending
yeah.
some of my clients here. Can I
I
leave
wanna
my
feature
cards?
you. I
I
wanna
want to
feature
feature
you
you."
on my website as a
Yeah.
recommended restaurant in the area.
Yep. I mean, it's a really, that's the other thing is building your network. And I'm sure if you wanted to, you can add any contacts into your Agent Elite CRM. So you
Yeah,
could you could go use Chat GPT or Claude or whatever to scrape all the contact info of every restaurant and business in a certain neighborhood, put those
yeah,
people in your CRM and tag them as business owners, and you could set up email automations going to them,
yeah,
just reminding them you're in the area. You'd love to shoot a little 1 minute segment and interview them because you're like, there's so many different ways that
yeah,
you can use this to maximize your business. And, people are, I don't know, the systemization and the mobile lifestyle, like when somebody says, "Hey man, your phone should be closing deals while you're at a showing or you're at dinner with your family or asleep." I don't think that's a fantasy anymore. I think that there's top agents that are realizing ways to map this out so systematically
yeah.
that it takes a lot of, I mean, obviously your phone's not going to close it for you, but
I mean, if that was the case, I would say, "Goodbye, Max.
yeah,
I'm gonna go now
right,
and have my
right.
phone, make me some more money."
Exactly, exactly. But it's the tech layer. So
Yeah,
Agent Elite
exactly.
has a mobile app now, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you can be on the go. And this is like, that your CRM is in there. It puts all the automation management in your pocket.
yep,
So let's say you're at a showing and you got people signing up and they leave and it's over and you're like, oh man, I didn't set a follow up and I got to go do errands after this. You can open your phone and you can set an automation in there and send it
exactly,
out to the people that signed in at your open house, right? So it's with
exactly.
you. It's on the go. So you're not handing the wheel over to a robot. You're riding alongside of it and you're saying, "Hey AI, I can only do this. You can do this, so I don't have to, which frees up more of my time, right?
Exactly.
That's really what it is here. So this mindset shift, this old mindset of I need to be available to every lead at all times, this is going to burn you out. You don't need to be.
Yeah.
The new mindset is my system is available to every lead at all times, but
Yeah.
I show up when it's time to be human, when I need to be there,
Yeah.
right? You set it
Exactly.
up, you let it run. You're not building a job. You're built. This is how somebody who is going to run and operate a business from the high level thinks, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and, like, with the mobile app, a lot of our clients, one, I recommend anyone that's listening right now that is a client of Agent Elite currently, make sure you have the mobile app downloaded. We are constantly, improving the mobile app, adding new features, especially as AI is improving and we're
Yeah.
able to add more. The mobile app is in the Google Play Store and Apple Store. It's called Max, MAX,
Good
for
name.
for FOR real estate. So download that. If you are listening to this and you're not a partner of Agent Elite yet, I highly recommend, doing a demo, bring up the mobile app. We have videos that go through the mobile app if you're curious to see what it looks like. But yeah, no, it's true. Like you're in an open house and they sign in, they write their name and email, maybe a phone number as well, and then they're touring the rest of the house. While they're touring the house, obviously, you're not gonna follow them unless they
Right.
have kids. Use that opportunity, quickly whip out your phone, open the mobile app, put them into your CRM,
Yep.
and say their name, email, and phone number. You can tag them,
To
new
start the
lead,
automation, right?
and one also tag the house that they're at
For safe searches.
for saved searches,
Yeah.
so you know exactly what they're looking for. And then you can even say, "Hey, I'm gonna set you up for a saved search. You probably, after you leave here, might receive some listing alerts, or maybe tomorrow you will, but I just wanna let you know, like, if you have questions or anything, let me know, and, hopefully we can work together." And then boom, you already got them in your CRM within seconds of them giving you the information. You are now organized because you were able to tag them properly of a new lead in the property they were at. And now they're getting sent automations that are geared towards what they're looking for. That right there, that type of automation and flow in efficiency, I can obviously we can't always guarantee, but I can 99% chance that that client or that, in quotes, lead is gonna feel like, "Oh my god, that person is on it. They are efficient. I feel good about them." And so,
No
like,
kidding.
that's the leverage that a mobile app has because, yeah, you carrying around a desktop everywhere anymore.
No.
I don't
No.
even think more. I don't even think people are doing that. I think the computers were too big at that point.
No, there's literally stuff that you can do on mobile that the desktop version doesn't let you do. It's like log into your mobile app to do this. I mean, this
Yeah,
is the world that we're living in, you know?
yeah,
It just
yeah,
is.
yeah.
So I
So
that's
it's no, it's great. And let's say you add that person and you call them or you email them through the mobile app, it tracks all of that. You call them and after it'll pop up a notification that says, "Hey, what was this conversation about?" Boom, you can say, "We talked about X, Y, and Z." They toured a 3-bed, 2-bath, but they also wouldn't mind a 3-bed, 3-bath. You can
collecting
add
your intel.
and then
Yep.
you just hit done, and it saves to their profile. So next
Yep.
time you talk to them, you have all that documentation,
Yes.
once again, from the palm of your hands and using the mobile app. I mean, if I was personally a real estate agent, I would be leveraging this mobile app like it was none of my business. Like,
Yeah.
it's so powerful for what it can do, and honestly, it has a lot of, I would say, motivation and accountability too, where let's say you're getting close to your sales target because you can put in, hey, this is my goal that I want for the year and what I'm trying to accomplish, whether it's like the amount of money or closed deals that you're looking for. And it'll track your productivity. So if you're getting close to the hitting that goal, it's going to kind of push you to, remind you, hey, we're almost there. Keep on going. Or maybe
Exactly.
you're not hitting that goal and it's like, hey, this is what you need to do to get to that goal. Do your 5-3-1, which is call 5-3 people, add 3 new contacts, and ask for that one referral. So that way you can hit your goals. That's the biggest thing, right? Is like you set goals for yourself, but now we need to be putting action behind that to then achieve those.
Yeah, 100%. And in conjunction with that, I'm gonna say this really slow so you guys hear this, but this is for also the agent that is running on empty, working late nights and weekends, feeling like they can never unplug. This is the beginning to getting your life back,
Hmm.
putting systems in place like this. I mean, we talk about, you know, how long can you manage trying to do everything yourself when competing with agents who are on the ball with AI and automations and systems? The answer is not very long. So if you want to build wealth, if you want to buy back your time, this is a way to do that. You can systemize things so everything works quicker, faster, more efficient, and you have more of your time back to do whatever it is. Spend time with your kids, your grandkids, get a new hobby, X, Y, and Z, just sit and meditate, whatever, right? The point is burnout and stress, like that chronic stress, that's a killer. It takes
Yeah.
years off of your life, right? So
Yeah.
we're invested in you guys not only doing well and hitting your goals, but also reducing the stress and the mental load and some of the
Yeah.
stuff that a lot of these I don't want you to miss your kid's soccer game, right? So
Hmm.
dial in Agent Elite, get the mobile app, get some automations running so you have more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And the whole thing about won't automation look like a robot? People can tell it's not really me. I think bad automation can.
Yeah.
Generic, cold, zero personalization. That's what turns people off, right?
Yeah.
But if it's good automation, messages written in your voice, using the lead's name, uh, you know, triggered by their actual behavior, like this is kind of stuff that feels personal when it's
Yeah.
automated, right?
Yeah.
And like, hey, the investment here, you spend 2 hours writing your sequences, call us, ask us, hey, you could literally call us or DM us, say, hey, send me over some sequences that I can use. Sure, we'll give you some. You spend 2 hours doing that, then you let the system deliver that personality forever.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Exactly.
I
And
mean,
then at that point, if anything, you're just making little tweaks over the time. Like, you as a
yeah,
person doesn't change, but you can change up maybe the way you say something, or maybe you're like, "Hey, actually, I kind of want my first message to read this instead." But, like, overall, like, yeah, you invest maybe a few hours at total
yeah,
to set up that automation, and then those few hours you spend save you days and months of all the manual work that you would have had to do and the missed opportunities that would have happened don't happen anymore.
yeah, exactly. And guys, this isn't lazy. This is smart. This is what a smart business person would do.
Work
So,
smarter, harder. No.
yep, yep, work smarter, not harder, for sure. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, automation, it's not just about conversion rates, but it's about running a business that doesn't run you.
Yeah,
Okay. If you open your pipeline up right now, who have you not followed up with in the last 7 days? That's your starting point, right? Like, okay, or what types of leads do you not normally engage with as much? Get these people on automations. So, you can move that. But go and audit your pipeline. I would say do that right
yeah,
away. Identify the leads that have gone cold in the past 30 days. Pick one automation, ask us for an automation, whatever. And then download the Agent Elite, that Max mobile app. So you can explore the automations, the features, the tools available to you. And of course, share this episode with every agent because if they're still doing everything manually and they're on your team,
yeah,
hey man, I'd be like, yo, you guys got to check you got to check this out, or go to the broker and just, the boss, and say, this has been really, really great for me. You can do
yeah.
that unless you want to just outshark every agent in your team, which is fine. Fine. That's fine with me.
Share the wealth.
Share the wealth. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, that's the main point here. Get your
Yeah,
life back, close more deals. we're in a mobile world, instant economy. So we want you guys, to absorb this info. And by the way, you might be thinking, oh, this is cool, Blake and Max. Where can I get more? Well, obviously, you can check out the podcast Elite Zone, like, share, subscribe. But also, agentelite.com backslash visible is going to give you a guide called the Visible Agent Guide, which is going to walk you through this info plus like five to 10 other major pillars of your business broken out in a systematic way for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my closing. Blake, what do you got for him before we go?
Yeah, no, I would just to piggyback everything that we've been saying, I challenge whether I guess there's a few challenges. If you are an Agent Elite client already, make sure you have the mobile app downloaded. And if you do, make sure you're hitting your daily benchmarks, which is the 531. And if you're not a client yet, I highly recommend you call us and still do the 531,
Yeah.
which
No matter
is
what.
call 5 people that are on your list that you haven't talked to, add 3 new contacts, and ask for that one referral.
Yeah.
So that's my challenge. Whether you're partnered with us or not, go out there, do what you got to do, make yourself better and more successful, and set up those automations.
Love it. All right, y'all. Well, you get out there and set those automations up, and we will see you next week
Woo.
on Elite Zone.
Yeah, yeah. See ya.